Hey guys, Nick's DIY here. So what I'm doing is I'm waterproofing a jacket. I have this fantastic jacket by New Down, which is inflatable. It inflates. You can check it out at newdown.com. It's got a... Is it this pocket? No, it's the other pocket. It's got a pump in here, which basically, when you squeeze it, it inflates the pockets like an inflatable mattress, and air is a great insulator, so it insulates it. But that's not why I'm filming this. The reason I'm filming this is because its water resistance has worn off as I've worn it. I've had it for 2 years now, and sort of worn off. So what I have here is some wax. This one I got from Fjällräven because that's just the store I was in. You can buy a bigger one or a smaller one. And what I'm doing is I'm rubbing the surface with wax, and I'm gonna use my lamp, but you can use a hair dryer or anything. Just don't use a lighter because you don't want to burn the fabric. And you rub this all along the hood and other places that seem to get wet, and then when you heat it up, it'll melt in. And I'll show you on this one piece. Just so you can see it's white, right? And you might be afraid that might stain or something. So what you do is you hold it up to the lamp like that. In my case, I'm using a lamp, but you can use an air dryer. The one that blows out, hair dryer is what I meant to say, not air dryer. And what basically happens is, see how it melts it. And see that part is still white, but it melts the wax into the fabric, basically creating water resistant seal. Okay, so here it is on a larger scale. I just did this part of the hood, which is what gets exposed to most of the water, and this will it should melt in. So right now it's kind of white and a bit ugly, you know, because it's very visible on a black surface especially. And you can do multiple layers of this to get it really waterproof. I don't want it to be visible, so I'm just going to do one layer, and I just want it to be resistant. You know, I'm not going to be walking in the pouring rain with this. I just want it, when I get caught out in the rain, to sort of resist. And I've noticed that the shoulders get wet right here and the very top of the head. So I'm just going to use this blow dryer on hot and melt it in. Don't hold it too close to the clothes because you might damage some part of it. You know, feel it with your hand and see how it feels from there. So you might want to lower the volume now because this is going to get pretty loud. If I can figure out how to use this again. Right. Set it to low because you don't need it to be really blow that much air. You just need it to be hot. So just mind the volume. Okay, so you can see it's melting in pretty well. Again, if you want it to be super waterproof, you're going to have to do multiple layers. Let this cool off, then rub on another layer of the wax, or you can use candle wax, but that doesn't work as well. I recommend you get a specific wax made for clothes like this, because it comes down more fine. The regular candle wax kind of comes up in pieces and it doesn't work as well, but you can do it in a pinch. So we're just going to continue here because these you can see melted in really well. These specks, I don't know. This is just dirt. This is not. This is probably some of this material that's come off because it's only visible on the camera. With a naked eye, you can't even see these little dots that you're seeing. So that's probably just pieces of this that comes off because you can't really see with the naked eye. And this feels okay right now. Doesn't feel any different really. And now we're just going to continue over here. So volume again. We don't need that high volume. Low volume of air actually works better because this heats it through better. And you want to get in the seams because that's where the more wax collects. Just feel the air. It's not too hot. Let me do this part where there's the most wax. If you put too many layers on though, you'll have trouble melting it in and it'll stand out. So it's kind of a balance. But I prefer this to spraying like a chemical of the silicone variety because that stuff really smells and gets everywhere and it's unhealthy. It's not something you want to breathe in. So and since I'm doing this inside, wax is by far the most friendly for your health. Even if some comes off on your hands, it's completely harmless. Okay, so now you can see it's totally transformed. So now we're just going to get out any kinks or any spots we might have missed. My dog's creating havoc in the kitchen. Trying to hold the phone far away so you guys don't get too much of a sound. Okay, it's that easy. And now we'll just test it. Okay, now that we've melted the wax into the fabric, we're just going to use a spray bottle of water to see how well the water beads up. Alright, so we sprayed a little water, and I don't know how well the camera will capture this, but you'll see that it beads nicely here now. Now, the fabric won't become completely waterproof. You gotta remember, I only put on one layer. So, some of the drops will absorb, but most of it should just, bounce off. That's really the point. You want to make it resistant. It's not going to be completely waterproof unless you do multiple layers. You can do like 3-4 layers. So you can see the water, for the most part, beads up over here, whereas in the fabric it's mostly absorbed. See the dark spots, and here there are a few dark spots, but a lot less. It sort of like beads up. Right. So again, if you want a lot of waterproofness, you're gonna put on multiple layers of this stuff and melt it in every time until you get oversaturation of wax, which will make this a lot more water resistant. Okay, so if you enjoyed that and found it useful, please subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.